Hello, this is Victor Davis Hanson for the Daily Signal. We're about getting close to 90 days and even coming up close in a week, 10 days to the first 100 days of the Trump administration and this counter revolution that he's waging. I thought it might be wise just to see where we are as far as the political landscape and the dynamics of the progress of this counter revolution. What is Trump trying to do? I think I don't know, I would sum it up as flooding the zone. And that is, he's going to try to propose and enact so many radical corrections or revolutions or reforms or recalibrations that his opposition doesn't know where to start. So abroad, he's looking at the Iran deal, and he got rid of it. He put sanctions. He's got maximum pressure, and now the Iranian economy is about defunct, and they want to negotiate about this nuclear weapon. I don't think they're going to negotiate it away, but we'll see. And then he's dealing with Zelensky and Putin and trying to get a ceasefire. He's basically dealt with the Houthis. On the domestic front, there is no more illegal immigration. He's basically stopped it. Now the task is what to do with the 12 million illegal aliens that came under Biden, and what do you do with the 20 million plus, maybe 30, that were here already illegally, but for a longer period of time. At the same time, he's had a blanket mandate that in every cabinet they will eliminate diversity, equity, and inclusion. And by association, things like sexual, biological males competing in women's sports, women lowering the physical standards so women could compete and pass these very rigorous endurance physical tests so that they would be in combat units on an equal level. No problem if they can't, but they have to have the same physical requirements as men. I could go on, but you see what he's doing. He's doing so many radical corrections in a way that a Romney or a McCain or the Bush, even Reagan, would not have dreamed of, that he feels the opposition will say, well, what do we do? Should we reply here? Do we put our interest here? Should we do this? And so what is the strategy that the left is using? They're flooding the zone too. They're flooding the zone too, but they're doing it not with counter proposals. They don't say, this is what's wrong with closing the border and we want to reopen it. This is what's wrong with the Houthi policy. This is what's wrong with the trade deficit. This is what's wrong. No specific proposal. They're just flooding it with hysteria. The Spartacus talk, late night comedy, trashing him. Another person arrested saying that he wants to kill Donald Trump. Keying Teslas, firebombing Tesla agencies, outrageous things from Hollywood stars, videos from Congress. All of a sudden, we didn't even know who Jasmine Crockett was. She's filled that void. But what I'm saying is they want to be so rambunctious, so crazy, so 360 degrees unhinged that.
And you can see this, right? Because can anyone just point to like a policy that has come out in the past, I don't know, 3 months, right? Is there a single solitary policy that someone has said we want to enact that is counter to what Trump is doing? So, a policy of closing the border. Is there someone on the Democratic side that is saying what they would do counter? You know, when it comes to the tariff and trade situation. There's video after video after video of top Democrats, even 20 years ago, complaining about the same issue, that China's eating our lunch, that they are stealing our intellectual property and selling it back to us at a discounted rate. So what would be their policy? They would just keep the status quo going and just keep chugging along. When it comes to the transgender issue, women's bathrooms, whatever, men's bathrooms, men in sports, like what are their counter proposals, right? Their counter proposals aren't anything. Like I cannot think of a single solitary issue where I know that Trump has done something. What would be the counter? I don't know.
Saying is they want to be so rambunctious, so crazy, so 360 degrees unhinged.
Guys, please subscribe if you can. It does a lot to help me out. Thanks a lot.
That they'll create an image or a milieu where everybody wants to get almost in a fetal position. Please make it all go away. I don't know what Trump is doing, but it's so disturbing. Everybody's so angry. That is their strategy. Now, what is Trump's counter strategy? His counter strategy is to actually get people on the other side of the aisle in Congress or in the country at large or in the popular culture and try to at least be friendly to them so then they can say, I don't agree with Trump, but what he's doing might be needed. So we have Bill Maher going to Mar-a-Lago and actually saying very nice things about Donald Trump. On the one hand, we have RFK fighting with a bulwark of the left at one time, fighting with left-wing people who were calling him all sorts of names and saying that he's illiberal. We had Gretchen Whitmer, the governor of Michigan. She was in the White House. Can you believe it? She was so embarrassed about a photo op, she had almost to cover her face. But you can see what Trump is doing. He's trying to get people from all sides of the Democratic and liberal progressive movement and not compromise them, that get in the picture. So then the left will say, well, how can we appeal to the public and get them all angry and frenzy and hysterical when some of our major celebrities, our political figures, are in Mar-a-Lago? Who's going to win? We'll see. Thank you very much. This is Victor Davis Hanson.
Yeah, and that is a good point. And like I said before, the crux of that point is, it's very apparent, it's very true that they don't have a counter argument. And it's the idea of, everyone used to want to be around Donald Trump before he ran for president, right? Within all the music videos, everyone spoke about him. Everyone wanted to be him. And, he has the appeal, that if he can get these people around him, just like Victor said, and just have them in his, on his peripheral, on his sides every now and again, you just see him with a Democrat, you see him walking around. It kind of takes the wind out of their sails, right? So there is a massive panic right now on the left. They are frantic. They keep saying that we all have, that we're upset about what he's doing and things of that nature. And that's going to appeal to a certain group that wants to believe that and wants to think that. The rest of us know the truth. He may not be perfect, but he's what we got. If I'm not a very good negotiator, right? I want someone to go into that fight that is going to break some balls and try to get something done. And that's what we elected him for. We elected him to go in there, ruffle some feathers, get the best deal for us, and then we can all prosper. Guys, thank you so much. Give me a subscribe. We'll see you again on the next video. Thanks a lot for coming out.